Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome again. Welcome. Today we're starting lesson 4. Alhamdulillah. On our previous lesson, we learned this new thing called mud, right? The mud, the elongation, stretching out the sounding of the letters, right? It was a pretty straightforward lesson, inshallah. I hope you took the time to practice and master the lesson. And now I believe we're ready for lesson 4. Inshallah. So lesson 4 is where we're going to be introduced with the vowel signs. Alright? With the vowel signs. Alright? So now we know how to recognize the alphabet letters, the naked alphabet letters, right? The Arabic letters in their original form. Now we're gonna learn how to apply the vowel signs. All right, how to make the ah sound, how to make the e sound, how to make the oo sound. Right, as English got their vowel letters, in Arabic we have signs that represent these vowels or sounds. All right, inshallah we'll be going through that, and that will be that's is going to be what we're going to be learning in this lesson, inshallah. Alright, so the first 3 vowels, right? There are 3 vowels, right, that we're going to have to learn. Alright? So we have something that is called fatha. So we have fatha. Right? Fatha is our first one. Alright? Fatha is our first one. Alright? And then we have kasra. And then we have kasra. Alright? Alright? And then we have dhamma. And then we have dhamma. Alright? So each of these, has a sound that they give. All right. So we're gonna first start off with fatha. All right. We're gonna start off with fatha. All right. And let's use ba for example. All right. Let's use ba. All right. So ba, right? Fatha. This is how the fatha vowel look like. All right. So fatha. Fatha has a. Let me see. Let me just choose the right colors. All right. So with fatha, it's like a short line, right? It's like a short vertical line that goes above the letter, right? That's the fatha. And then fatha gives out the ah sound, all right? So right here we have ba, right? Right here we have ba. We have ba, right? We have the letter ba, right? Now ba, if we place a fatha on the ba, right? It doesn't change the sound. However, it would just be ba. Right? Again, the fatha vowel gives an ah sound, like an a sound, like an ah sound to the letter. But since ba already have a ah sound into it, you won't hear any changing. All right? So fatha on top of the ba will be ba. Fatha on top of the ba will be ba. All right? Now let's see kasra. All right. So kasra. However, kasra is is the same as the fatha. Right. Kasra is the same as fatha. However, it goes below. It is found below. Is carried below the letter. All right. The kasra sign. When we're writing it, we write it below the letter. All right. So, for example, again, let's see, we have Let's use ba, right? Let's use ba. Let me just. So we're gonna use ba, right? So if ba is carrying a kasra, right? The kasra, we said the kasra gives an e sound, right? The kasra gives the e sound to a letter, all right? It gives the e sound. So if this is ba, 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 it starts with a b sound, right? And now we have to apply kasra on it, right? As you see, the kasra is applied on it, right? Right? The kasra is on it, right? So it then become B. B. Right? We'll pronounce it as what? B. Alright? So again, remember, Fatha has an A sound, so it's Ba. Kasra has an E sound, so it's B. Right? So the same concept, right? If we using Ba again, right? If we're using Ba, right? Now, let's go over the Dhamma. Right? Let's go over the Dhamma. Let's go over the Dhamma. So the Dhamma, this is how the Dhamma looks. Right? The Dhamma looks like a little wow above the letter. Right? So I'm going to place the Dhamma on top of this, our ba right here. Alright? So the Dhamma gives an oo sound. Oo. Alright? The Dhamma gives an oo sound. Oo. Oo. So whatever letter, the sounding of the letter, then the oo sound attached to it. So we have ba, on top of it, a Dhamma. So remember, ba starts with right? The ba comes from here, like a B sound, right? So if we're applying the Dhamma on it, it will be boo. Boo. So we have ba, B, boo. Right? We have ba, fatha, B, kasra, and then boo, dhamma. Now let's try again with a different letter. All right? Let's try again with a different letter. All right, so let me just erase this. Let's try again with a different letter. All right. Okay. What letter do you think I'm gonna use? What letter do you think I'm gonna use? Let me see. All right, let's see. Let's say G. All right. Let's say G. All right. All right. So G. So now we're gonna use the fatha. Jim. Jim starts with what? It has a what sound? J. Right? Jim. So with Jim, if I was to put a fatha, on Jim, let me see. Right? If I was to put a fatha on Jim, it will become Ja. Ja. Right? Because remember we said fatha has an A sound. So if we put a fatha on the Jim, the sounding of it would then become Ja. Ja. Right? Understood? Fahim? Okay, now let's see with kasra. Right? So I'm gonna write this when we use the same letter, Jim. Sorry. Alright, so Jim. Right? So this Jim. Now I want to use the kasra sound. The kasra sound is what? E. Right? Just E. E. Right? So if I apply the kasra, right? I put the kasra, it goes below the letter, right? It will then become G. Not Jim, but G. Because the kasra has an E sound, right? So it become G. Ja, G. G. Right? Now let's look at the Dhamma. Dhamma with the same letter. We have the Jim, and then with the Dhamma, right? This is how the Dhamma looks, right? Right? This is how the Dhamma looks. Right? The little wow on top. Right? And we said Dhamma has a what sound? Oo sound. Oo. So with using the sounding of Jim, we're applying an oo sound to it. So it'd be Ju. So Ja, Ji, Ju. So that's our lesson for today, right? The harakats. And these, the vowel signs, right? In Arabic, they are called harakat. Haraka, right? Haraka. Alright, haraka. Alright? The harakas. So they are called the what? The harakas. Right? So kasra, fatha, kasra, and dhamma are our harakats. Alright? So I'm just going to go over just the first line. Alright? Alright? The first few lines. First 3 lines in lesson 4. And the rest I want you to practice. Alright? Alright. So we have lesson 4. Right? This first letter is what? Hamza. Right? Remember, we see the Hamza right here. This is not Alif. Why is it not Alif? Because I see the Hamza. I see the what? The Hamza. Right? Remember, we said Hamza, it likes to sit on the Alif. Whenever we see Hamza on the Alif, we know is what? Is Hamza. Is not Alif. Alright? So we have Hamza, Fatha is what? A. Alright? Now the Hamza, even though the Hamza starts with an Ha sound, right? Like just the name, right? Hamza, you would think it would be Ha. So with Hamza, Hamza is the only letter. Now, when you're pronouncing it, you don't look at the sound of the name of it, right? You just, the Hamza, just know the Hamza has an A sound, right? The Hamza is as if like it's A, right? So it's an A sound. So the Hamza is the only letter that we're not really using the sounding of the name of the letter, if that makes sense. The rest of the letters, like ba, remember ba, ba, starts with a ba, da, da, with a T, with a da, tha, is a tha sound, jim, right? However, the Hamza, just know the Hamza is an A sound, A. Don't say Hamza fatha ha. No. Hamza fatha A, Hamza kasra E. So we have A, E. Hamza dhamma U. A, E, U. Alright, so this is the pattern that I want us to read this lesson with, right? Move on to the 3, right? What letter is this? This is a Ha. Remember. So Ha with a fatha is what? Ha. Ha with a kasra is what? He. So we have Ha, he. Ha with a dhamma is what? Who. Ha, he, who. Move on to the next one. We have Ain. Ain from your throat, right? Ain starts with So Ain with a fatha is what? Ain with the kasra is Ai. We have and ayn. Ayn with a dhamma is oo. So we have a, ay, and oo. This letter, you might need some time of practice, because as we mentioned when we was doing lesson 1, I did mention that ayn is not really a common letter in most languages. So for most second learners, is there's some difficulty in getting the ayn sound together. Next letter, right? We have what? Ha. Remember, this ha is light. Make sure you're bringing out that extra breath, right? So we have ha, fatha is ha. Ha, kasra is he. Ha, he. Ha, dhamma is hu. Ha, he, hu. So if you notice, right, we're using just the sounding of the letter, right? First we recognize the letter, right? All right, this is a ha, good. Ha, it starts with the sound, right? And then we look at the haraka, right? Remember we said haraka, it means the vowel, right? The vowel, right? So the haraka, right? Remember, we have 3 harakas. We said we have 3 harakas, right? We have 3 harakas, right? So remember, we said we have fatha, we have kasra, and then we have dhamma. Oh, let me do that again. It don't look that neat, right? So we have 3 harakas, all right? So we have fatha, we have kasra, and then we have dhamma. All right, as you see on your screen. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Ghain, 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 ghain. Right, the sound of ghain is right here, your upper throat. So ghain fatha is gha. Ghain kasra is ghi. Gha, gha, ghi. Ghain dhamma is ghu. Gha, ghi, ghu. You following? Next letter. What letter is this? Kha, right? Kha, what's on top of the kha is a fatha. Fatha has the what sound? The a sound. So kha, fatha is what? Kha. Kha, there's a kasra below it. A kasra, right? And it's down. We know this is kasra because it's below it, right? We know this is kasra. We know kasra is an e sound. This is the letter kha. It has a sound. E sound to the kha will be khi. Khi. So kha, khi. We have kha, dhamma, khu. Right? Kha, dhamma is khu. The u sound, why? Because there's a dhamma on top of the kha. So we know we have to give the kha an u sound. So khu. We have kha, khi, khu. Next letter, we have what? Qaf. Right? Not kaf. Qaf. Right? Heavy. Right? Qaf. And what's on top of it is a fatha. So qaf, fatha, qa. Qaf, kasra, right? With the e sound. Kasra, qi. Qi. Qaf, dhamma is what? Qu. So we have qa, qi, qu. Next one, right? The last one we're going to go over with together. We have kaf, fatha is what? Ka. Kaf, kasra is what? Ki. Ka, ki. Kaf Dhamma is cool. Ka, ki, cool. So it's just the same pattern, right? It's just the same pattern. You have to first recognize the letter, right? So first thing you do, recognize, right? Recognize the letter first, right? And then what? You identify the haraka, right? So by looking at it, you're looking at which haraka is this word, what haraka is on this word, whether it's a fatha, kasra, dhamma. But I think before identifying the haraka, right, when you recognize the letter, right, now you're also thinking about the sounding of the letter. Recognize the letter, then the sounding of the letter, right? The sound, like the sound of the letter, right? And then you identify the haraka on it, and then you just apply it. You pressure, all right? Then you give it all right? We did the Jim one together, right? So Sha is the same concept. Want you guys, now there's gonna be the practice video that's gonna be attached. That's gonna be the next video they're gonna watch for this lesson for practice. All right. Again, if you need to rewatch this video, please go ahead and rewatch the video. All right. And inshallah, that'll be it for lesson 4. Make sure you practice. Watch the practice video. Practice with the sheikh. Go over it multiple times. 5 times at least. Alright, inshallah. And I'll see you guys again in lesson 5, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.